Welcome back, my friends, to the Coliseum. GrizzlyMantes here, and oh, I'm excited about this contender, baby. Those who have, been around for a while prior to my mysterious disappearances and movements know that I love playing party decks. I don't know what it is. Something about assembling the party. It's a good time. So with Explorer opening up, I thought, you know what? You know what we need to do here? Let's bring the party to Explorer, baby. So we got two options here. First option is best of one. Of course, the second option is best of three. Now, if we enter into the world of best of one, we got to deal with a lot more Fang because that deck is everywhere. But you know what? I think we can kind of swing with it. Probably not. Probably get clobbered, but that's the way it goes. So I'm thinking maybe like this. Usually I'll do either 7 best of one or 3 best of 3. Why don't we play some best of one and then see where it goes from there? And then maybe we'll hop into best of 3 because I do think the sideboard is important, especially with a list like this, which can be tuned. But let's take a second. Let's go over some deck choices here first. So assembling a party. What does that mean? Well, it means you need to have a cleric, a warrior, a wizard, and a rogue. You assemble the party and hey, cool things happen. So start by searching. This was a list I played, very similar to a list I played in Historic, and I absolutely adored. Porting it over was really a cinch because, I mean, aside from alchemy garbage, Historic is essentially Pioneer Light. So now that we have Pioneer Light in the form of Explorer, then all I had to do is ditch the alchemy garbage and boom, here we are. So let's start with our threats. My favorite, of course, Archpriest of Iona. You know all these cards. I won't spend too much time on them. There's our core one-drop cleric. As one of my favorite one-drop rogues, we have a Jaspera Sentinel. I love this bad boy. Not only is he a mana accelerant, which is very important in a list like this, but obviously he has reach, sneaky reach that people forget about, and he's got a butt that actually survives certain things. Fabulous early game acceleration, all that good stuff. Plus, it allows us to enable certain plays with Pelt Collector, a lovely little warrior. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield or dies, if that creature's power is greater than Pelt Collector's, he gets a +1/+1 counter. So Shazam, this is the way it goes. My favorite thing to do is turn 1 Sentinel, turn 2 double 1-drop, and boom, people are big. Crossing over into, I've actually got these divided into 3 camps here. As far as the creatures go, we'll get to the non-creatures in a second. As far as the creatures go, we've got consistent piles, and then we've got one-off piles. Consistent piles first. Elite Spellbinder is the follow-up. Now, 4 of seems like a bit, it feels a bit excessive, and it may be. I may trim one of these for either another singleton or maybe more consistency across the other cards. However, I do love it. I mean, if you're not aware, 3/1 for 3 with flying. Enters the battlefield, look at the opponent's hand, exile a card, it stays exiled and costs 2 more to cast. Incredibly annoying for certain decks, gives us knowledge and lets us know what is coming. Plus, it's a cleric. Plus, it has evasion. I mean, it's just a fabulous card in general. Glasspool Mimic looks a little weird here, but when you hit it off of a Coco, not only can you hit something cool like Deputy of Detention or one of your Archpriest of Iona, but it fills the rogue slot as well because, of course, the creature comes in as a copy, being a rogue in addition to its other types. So for purposes of course, party, it's a fantastic way to fill said party. As far as wizards go, Deputy of Detention's at the top of the list. This dude's fabulous. If you're familiar with things like Brutal Cathar or, I mean, any of the white exile until it leaves battlefield abilities, the Azorius version is pretty sweet. Not only is it a Vidalcan wizard with a big butt being a 1/3, it exiles target non-land permanent and opponent controls and all other non-land permanents that player controls with the same name. Does it come up often? More often than you think. Not to mention, that's something that, again, off of Collected Company can be instant speed. Instant speed removal is pretty sweet. And then, of course, topping off the party crown is Linvala, Shield of Seagate. I'm down to 3 of these. I'm debating if I want to go back up to 4 because, of course, with Collected Company, you always try to aim for around. The lowest I've seen is 24, and I think that's crazy, but usually 27 to 34 creatures to always consistently hit 2. What's the logic behind that? There's math out there somewhere. I'll leave it for the people who want to do the math. But the idea is, of course, you always want your Collected Company to hit, and you always want to hit 2 things. Linvala is amazing. I love Linvala. It serves many purposes, but you don't want more than 1, and you don't want to see it too often in a Coco. I mean, you want more than 1 if depending on the matchup, which is why there's 3. I may go back up to 4, depending on how much control we see, because it is that good of a card. But not only is it good against control by giving your creatures either hexproof or indestructible by sacrificing, at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, choose target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Until your next turn, it can't attack, it can't block, and it cannot be activated. Fabulous payoff for the party mechanic. The second best payoff, of course, to Archpriest of Iona. It may go back up to 4th. I may put the 4th in the board, but for now we're going to stick with 3. Now to the one-offs. The first one is Remorseful Cleric. This was here because I was testing this deck in best of 1, and of course I needed a way to hit the graveyard for things like Fang Fang. That deck is out there. It's in everywhere best of 1. I don't see it as much in best of 3 for obvious reasons, but just in case, I like this guy as a one-off. Plus, of course, he's a cleric. The 2/1 flyer, sacrifice, exile target player's graveyard. Bing, bang, boom. That's all you need. Alongside Masked Vandal. Masked Vandal enters the battlefield. You may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, exile target artifact or enchantment our opponent controls. Should we run into things like Portable Hole or random artifacts or enchantments we just don't want to give a crap about, we have an answer. More importantly, it's Changeling, which means fills the gap of the party. I mean, this is obvious stuff here. Brazen Borrower is kind of like Masked Vandal. Being able to petty theft something annoying can be huge, not to mention it is also a rogue. I like this as my answer to wild cards. And then, of course, topping off, as I've mentioned, Collected Company. If you haven't seen this card, this is huge in Eternal formats. If you're playing anything aggro, you look at the top 6 cards of your library, you put up to 2 of them with mana value 3 or less directly onto the battlefield. It's just a fabulous instant. Allows you to recoup tempo, complete party. It's just a fabulous card. Fabulous card. I don't need to talk too much about this because it's amazing. Now, as far as the other things that are floating around here, number 1, Concerted Defense. Fabulous party payoff. It essentially is for 1 mana. It's like a Spell Pierce, except it grows based on your party. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller plays 1, plus an additional 1 for each creature in your party. So a lot of times it could be a 1 mana negate. It's pretty huge in a world with Jaspera Sentinel holding up Concerted Defense. And then March of Otherworldly Light. This one it's a little newer. I put it in here for the best of 1 matchups. It may actually end up getting trimmed, maybe down to like 2, because, well, we needed a removal spell. I can't always rely on Collected Company and Deputy of Detention to hit old Mr. Fang Fang. So I needed another answer, and March of Otherworldly Light is just one of the most versatile out there. Not to mention hitting manlands for only 1 is pretty sweet. So that's our removals and counter suite for game 1. Alongside the creature abilities here. As far as our sideboard goes, we will do a little bit of sideboard coverage just because we'll probably play at least 1 match. I've got the 4th Concerted Defense. As far as I've got a couple creature Silver Bullets. I've got a Containment Priest. This one may not need to be in here. This is a wild card. If a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. I forget why I put this in here, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Opposing Collected Companies, because you got to realize, if you Collected Company this thing, it'll exile itself, because it does count itself. However, if you flash it in response to your opponent's Collected Company, they'll just fail to find. I think this was actually a holdover from Muxus, and now that Muxus isn't a thing, we can probably ditch this, but I'll leave it here for now until we get a better idea of what the metagame looks like. Yeah, that's where I'll leave that one. If we see Reanimator, this is obviously a big thing against Reanimator. And that's pretty much it. I got a trio of Aether Gust for the Gruul matchups out there. Scavenging Ooze, another anti-graveyard. And I like bringing it in those Gruul matchups because the life gain and the growth, it's just a fabulous late game card. We got a Redain, God of the Worthy. This is for our control matchups. Sweepers, pushing those sweepers out between Redain. It's basically the Elite Spellbinder number 5. And then I do actually bring it in against Mono Red and Burn because of the Protector Shield on the backside, being able to prevent that damage. So it's a very versatile creature, plus, I mean, you hit it off a Collected Company. As far as the more consistent cards down here, we got Rest in Peace, graveyard-themed decks. I got Knight of Autumn, very versatile, being able to either be a threat, gain life, or take out an artifact or enchantment. Unfortunately, the sideboard cards, with the exception of Containment Priest, don't fit the party mechanic. That's why they're here. They're basically Collected Company Silver Bullets. Settle the Wreckage, it's an anti-aggro thing. I mean, you got to be able to have something against angels because eventually they will wise up to what you're up to and probably just run you over unless you have strategic Deputy of Detentions taking out strategic Valkyries. Righteous Valkyries, there we go. And then Yasharn. There's a lot of Racksack out there. We got the basics for it. Might as well run Yasharn. I've not been upset with it yet. It's not as strong as it used to be because they have, Fatal Push and Voltaic Surge, so it's still good enough to be included, but it's not quite as amazing as it once was. Still, good enough. Of course, you can't collect a company into it, but that's why we play 2. So anywho, that is the list. I love the party mechanics, so you know what? Before we get to those games, If you like what I do here, if you enjoy it, feel free to like and subscribe. I mean, I love it. You love it. You might as well make it vocal. Make it official, baby. Put a ring on that finger. If you have any comments, feel free to do that as well. If we don't get entirely obliterated, I will go over the untapped.gg statistics at the end. I'm referencing my previous video, of course. I will reference the untapped.gg statistics at the end, so if that is your jam, make sure to stick around till then. But you know what? Let's get to the games. Alright, so first up, let's do some best of 1 games. If it looks like it's just a bunch of Fang, then we'll hold a best of 3. Yeah, not exactly how I want to start the day. I'm on the draw, so this is going to be a mole, unfortunately. Yeah, it's better, so we'll keep. And then, guess we're going to be going with, it's either Deputy of Detention or Elite Spellbinder. Can't cast the Deputy yet, but I do need removal, so... Yep, let's do it. Turn 1 Sentinel, turn 2 Pelt Collector, then hopefully we hit something here. That ain't helping. Looks like we got an Angels issue. That was a Pelt Collector. That's supposed to be a Jaspera Sentinel. Good gravy. What is wrong with me today? Yep. Oh, now it's a party. So yeah, I missed out there. That was dumb. But well, actually no, maybe not. Please trade. Thank you. Means he probably has another one, but that's okay. Alright, so we got to be aware of Collected Company here. Inspiring Overseer. Card just poos in our parade. There's our Coco, but we don't have the land to do it. We could Deputy Detention the Overseer. Or we could just attack for 2. That kills our blue mana. I just think I'm going to pass here. Don't want to get Coco'd out of existence. It does stink that we don't have, didn't hit that 4th land for our Coco, because that would have been a good chance to overtake the situation. Oh, you know what? I didn't cover the lands, did I? There's nothing too crazy there. Ugh. Yep. Nothing too crazy there. Well, now Deputy Detention's looking pretty sweet. Sure. Oof, never mind. Nah, I can wait a turn. Yoink! 2 for 1, baby! He might just untap and go Coco. He might just kill the Deputy and draw some cards. If he does that, we'll Coco, but we'll see what happens. It's a Coco kind of day. I'm trying to think what removal. They probably have March. They probably have... What's it called? Yeah, he's got the Coco. Is he going to main phase? No, he's going life gain mode. Ugh. Yep. That's the downside to that kind of stuff, but that's alright. Yeah, not feeling too good about this one, but hey, can't be upset now. Let's pass. Eventually we'll Coco into something better. Yep, and we are without our concerted defense. It's entirely possible we could have waited there. Oh, jeez. Okay, this ain't looking good. Not looking good for the home team, that's for sure. Well, he's smart enough to go after the mana. That ain't good for us at all, my friends. Not at all. Ooh, yeah, we are in just a bit of trouble here. And he's going to start making 4/4s. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just wrap this one up, I believe. Oh, not a good way to start a party, baby. Ouch. Ooh. Angels is definitely one of those. Okay. Yeah, we'll try it. It ain't the best. I don't like that we're always on the draw. Ooh, yeah, this is going to be bad. But we'll see. We got removal. We got bounce. We got... Yeah. Misa think we's going to get clobbered. Soul Scar Mage. Sure. Okie dokie artichoke. Fanatical Firebrand. Sure again. So we have 24 total lands, including the mimics. I wonder why it is we are always stuck on 2 land. I'm gonna hold up in the March of Otherworldly Light here. Okay. Well, that's not very fair. Okay. No blocks here. Okay. Just gonna go with the March end of turn, and then hopefully we'll draw into something a little better. Okay. Skewered. Okay, second main skewer. I can dig it. Double skewer? Triple skewer? You 2 lava runner. Just get rid of that. If he wants to throw his Firebrand at my Archpriest, that is fine with me. Because at this point, we are just going to start going... Cool. Get 2 lava runner. Anything else? Nope. It ain't our day, is it? It definitely is not. Pass a turn. Fanatical Firebrand making us look pretty bad. With a curve this low, you would think we'd be alright with 24 lands, but... Again, I think the Shuffler is not happy with me today. I played 26 lands in my Jun list, and I was constantly stuck at like 3. Yep, that'll do it. Got him. Seems easier than blocking. What? A burn deck with burn spells? What? Down to 6. Not feeling too good. Well, that is something, isn't it? Yeah, let's go Linvala. I was going to go Elite Spellbinder, but we kind of don't want to get shocked end of turn. At least this way I had the illusion of being able to block. Boop. Definitely not our day. What do you got? He's got the Wizard's Lightning. Yep. Cool. We are probably dead. Actually, nah. Nope. Not going to throw in the towel. You never know. He might just have absolutely nothing. And we could just go... I don't even know. Just end it, bro. That's good enough for me. Okay, let's go best of 3, shall we? Let's see how we do there now that we're just dropping right on down. I didn't realize I'd be flying today. I'll be on the play. Wow. The perfect hand. Okay. That's, I guess, better. Ditch a removal spell, and let's go... Archpriest of Iona. Yes. Read that Archpriest of Iona. Huh. Sheffet Dunes. Is Death's Shadow a thing? No. Hey, that's not fair. That beats ours. Get him! Oh yeah, it doesn't do anything aside from just being whatever I need it to be. Must be humans, I'm guessing. Something similar to humans. Unless... Is Death's Shadow a thing in here? I know it's a thing in Historic. I do enjoy playing that deck in Historic. In fact, I should probably be playing the Grixis version. Oh, no, this is humans. Q. Just get rid of this and get in there. Either we hit the 4th land or we just March of Otherworldly Light and just continue on. I'm trying to think of what all... I mean, there's Thalia's Lieutenant and all that. I mean, yeah, humans should be a thing in both places, I would imagine. The 4th land would be money. Not gonna lie. 24 should be... There he is. Thalia's Lieutenant. Everybody's getting bigger now. So, Coco Humans versus Coco Party. Go all in. Nothing wrong with going all in. Stall, so stall, stall, stall. Does get another counter or two on his Thalia's Lieutenant, but we'll see how that does. Okay. He may just go land, collected company, and own our face. Ooh, Mirage. And that's exactly what he's going to do. We, however, do not get to have any kind of fun like that, do we? Ours comes into play tapped. That's aggravating. Alright, let's see what he Coco's into. We'll hold up the March of Otherworldly Light. There it is. I wish I had one of my concerted defenses, but I don't. We can either flash in the Brazen Borrower end of turn, untap, try to go for a full party, because the thing about these decks is they normally don't have many flyers. Ooh. Well, that's pretty much the worst option here, isn't it? There goes our Coco. Well, this is going to get a lot tougher, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Why not, right? Keep going, brother. Keep going. Sure, dude. Anything else? Anything else? Sure. Yep. It's only gonna hurt as much as we want it to. Yeah, put him wherever. Sure. What do you got for me? Just bringing in the team. Can I win this if I don't just kill the Lieutenant now? I don't think so. I was gonna debate just flashing in the Brazen Borrower, but nope. Oh, look, it's concerted defense, everybody. Okay. That's all I got. Mm-hmm. 3 of them? 3 collected companies? Yes. You're very good at this game, sir. You may, in fact, have me beat. I mean, this one's most likely over, but hey, at least we get to best of 3s. On to game 2. Yes, humans. Quite good. Quite good. Alright, give me some settles. Oh, should I go for the Redain? Probably not. Give me the Scoos. Give me the Containment Priest. You never know. Unfortunately, we are going to get rid of... We're just going to trade right out. Now, Knight of Autumn is one that's worth, maybe over a Masked Vandal. I think we're going to be hitting many artifacts or enchantments. I like the March. I like most everything else. Yeah, just throw it in as one of. Continue on, baby. I do like that it's the end of the month. This way we only have a day or two left till everything resets. And then, you know what? Maybe then we'll start doing the Can We Mythic series. Who knows? Can we Mythic? Yes, we can. Oh, humans. I do miss, what do you call it? Meddling Mage out of Historic. Meddling Mage is pretty good against humans. Used to love bringing it in, but oh well. Until it becomes legal, I do not believe... Actually, is Meddling Mage legal? I don't believe it is. When was the last time it was printed? 5th Dawn? Yeah, I don't believe that's... Actually, check into that. I think I remember it saying it wasn't legal when I was building the list, but you never know. Alright, how about a good hand? Can we show the deck doing well? Okay. I mean, it's better than nothing. Jaspera Sentinel. Party time. Ooh. Alright, well. Just play the Pelt Collector. And get in for 1. Boop. Now, depending on what opponent does, we got options. Thalia! That's not very nice, is it? We don't have the means to get to a... Gobbledygook. So we don't have the means to get to a Coco yet. We need a third land, excuse me. Brutal Cathar. Sure. Let's see if we can throw a gotcha at him. I'm trying to think. What's the best thing to do here? We'll pass. Oh yeah, that was dumb. Eh. Theoretically, if he attacks with both, we'll do something. He ain't gonna do that. Gobbledygook. This does allow him to go land into Coco if he wants to. If he just replays the Brutal Cathar, we're okay with that. So he has to double spell to get it back to what it needs to be. Nope. Unless he does. We cannot get to a full party yet. However, we can... What do we need? A cleric? Well, we drew one, so we can get to a full party next turn. But now we present hexproof, so if he does try to do anything crazy, well, that's where we're at. If he just plays the Cathar, that's fine. Sure. Doesn't do anything right now. Yep. It is good, though. Sure. It's going to be like that, is it? Alright, this takes Coco out of the game, which kind of sucks, but opponent is kind of stumbling, so let's just see what happens, shall we? First strike, pay 30 life. I think I gotta pay 3 life here, which sucks, but should be okay. Alternatively, we could gobbledygoopy-goop, but don't want to do that. I'm thinking. All this just to stop the Moonrage Brute. Okay. All right. Oh, I don't want to do that. Nice. Protection from werewolves, eh? Does he have the second spell, I wonder? Yeah, activated abilities can't be used. You can't double spell with Cathilda, because its mana ability is obviously an activated ability. Well, he can anyways. Okay, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Yeah. At least Coco's back on the... Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. Yeah, that's a triggered ability, which unfortunately Linvala does not stop. However, we'll see what the Moonrage Brute wants to do. Sure. Okay, here we are. See what he does. Gobbles up the Linvala. Let's go with Indestructible. Do we want to lock anything down here? I don't think so. I think all we can really do is... go with the Glasspool Mimic on Deputy of Detention. Hit the Brutal Cathar. And then attack for 3. Mm-hmm. And we'll throw Linvala back out there. Assuming things go alright. We'll see what he's got. Yep. Throw it on the Thraben Inspector? Sure. Interesting. Really need to hit another land sometime soon. Let's go Linvala. And that's it. No attacks here. Sure. Goes to the Deputy of Detention. Do we make it hexproof here? Nope, he's just making a samurai. Okay. I wonder if Wandering Emperor is better than Settle the Wreckage for us. I don't know. We definitely need another land. That would be fabulous. Okay. Yep. Everybody's getting big. Not feeling too good, but we'll see what happens here. I think what needs to happen is I'm probably, if whatever he attacks with, I'm going to block with the Containment Priest and then hope I draw the 3rd mana source so that I can actually fire off these Cocos. Man, 24 mana sources. To be fair, I did draw the Glasspool Mimic, so can't be too upset. He's going wide on us. Yep. Go nuts for donuts, my man. Where's the other one going? Anything else? Just getting in for 3. Oh, no blocks here, sir. Alright, see what happens. See who he targets. Oh, he targets the Linvala. Do I want to do something about this, or do I just want to say okay? He's not all tapped out, but he's nearly tapped out. I'd have to ditch a Deputy of Detention for this. Yeah. I mean, that's what I need to draw, but yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do anything about this guy. I'll stop this thing. Yeah, we're probably screwed here. I mean, not drawing lands will do that, but we'll see what happens. Good gravy. Are you kidding me right now? Couldn't even draw a 3rd land. Sure. Yep. This is going to hurt a lot. A lot. Did I mention a lot? Yes, dude, we know. Okay. It's like I can't even hope for like a Settle the Wreckage here because, well, yes. Sure. Wow, we are just having the worst of luck across the board today, man. No question about it. Anybody else? Okay, sure. Just bring everybody. Can we survive? Well, let's see here. We got 3 blocks. I'm at 14. So block here. Block here. Block here. We take 4, 8, 12. I'm going to turn off that auto pass. Guess we got to go indestructible here. That's all we got. Down to 2. Hi, look, we did it, everybody. The containment priest is still there, so it doesn't matter anymore. But we did it. We're awesome. Anything here with first strike? Don't believe so. I think we're screwed. Not gonna lie. But you know what? Nothing here with first strike. Finally drew the land. Doesn't matter anymore. Beautiful. Containment priest should have probably died, but yeah, containment priest definitely needs to go. I do like it, but at the same time, collected companies are our only way to stay ahead in these matchups. Yeah, we're just gonna say good game and move on. We're just gonna get crushed today. That's what you sign up for. Watching me get crushed. Alright, I'll be on the play. Let's see if it doesn't suck. Sure. I have been thinking, I do think I have a solution. Maybe I should have implemented prior to this, but I used to play of one mind to try to avoid this kind of garbage. Maybe of one mind needs to make a comeback. Peace. Ooh, I did forget about Mono Black as well. That was a punt. Like as far as being able to, nice. Let's just go for the Coco and see what happens. Okay. I already have a rogue. This may lead to a Mayhem Devil. Spawn of Mayhem. Mayhem Devil. But, luckily for us, we got a party. Yeah, guy. I don't want him doing anything. And how about that guy? Get him! Now it's a party! Boo, ba, boo, booyah! Now it's a party! Party time! Oh my god! We did it, guys! We did it! Oh, right. Yeah, anyways, so Scavenging Ooze seems good here. I like Night of Autumn. It might be a good place for Rest in Peace as well. Oh, Yasharn isn't terrible. It does stop certain things. I mean, it stops paying life for bringing back Whatchamajigger and Obnixilis, but I can't imagine they'll keep in Obnixilis here. It is also a 4/4. I don't hate Settle the Wreckage either, so that's where we are. What do we got? Concerted Defense can go. I like March of Otherworldly Light. I don't hate Remorseful Cleric. We probably don't actually need Rest in Peace. We're bringing in the Scoos. Masked Vandal probably isn't going to do much here. I said probably isn't going to do much. Thank you. Who else do we need to get rid of here? Brazen Borrower is probably the next weakest. However, I don't like taking out threats if I don't have to. I guess the next thing is Night of Autumn. I mean, a 4/3 is pretty good, but how do we feel about Spellbinder? He's probably not going to be doing much. So hoping an A Knight of Autumn. It does kind of mess with our clerics, which we do kind of need. I could take out one Brazen Borrower, but I do like it as a tempo play. March of Otherworldly Light shines here, so let's try it. Hey, at least we got to see one good curve. I mean, yes, I feel like any game where you start off with a full party will be pretty good, but man, it feels good to see it in action. Sure. It's got stuff to do. It's got time to do it, kind of. Dread Wanderer, eh? Mm-hmm. No blocks here, kind sir. What do you got for the follow-up? Gifted Etherborn. That's a beating. Boop. What's his follow-up here? Gifted Etherborn again. Let's see what we hit on the Coco before we do anything crazy. Dang, we're doing all the work for our opponent. That's okay. Deputy of Detention can take care of that. We're going to take 2 here. Actually, I should have Coco'd in response just to see what happens. But we'll see. Okay. Sure. Got 1 card left. What do we got? Nothing. Aside from, we do not have a party just yet. We're missing a warrior. Oh, lordy! Now it's a party! I don't think he should have scooped, in all honesty, but oh, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah, I don't think he should have scooped, in all honesty. He was, I think he thought we had a full party, maybe, or maybe he was just frustrated with the beautiful 2-for-1 here with Deputy of Detention, but Knight of Autumn doesn't do anything for us. If we had a full party, yeah, this game would pretty much be over, or at least be a lot better, but the Deputy of Detention definitely bought us a lot of time. The Gifted Etherborn was going to be an issue, so was the Knight of the Ebon Legion. So I'm not going to say anything like, obviously opponent scooped because he was frustrated, but that game was not over, and I don't know how optimistic I would have been about it, but hey, we'll take the win! Okay, we're back for the wrap-up. I was going to go ahead and bring up the untapped.gg, but just like the previous video, our deck had a 25% win rate. Got clobbered. Definitely nothing about it. And, God, I love the party deck, but, oh, man. The worst part about it is, unless you really streamline it, then other decks just do it better. So let's take a moment, and if anyone watches it to the end, they're obviously interested in the deck. Let's see what we can do about this. So, Remorseful Cleric, I'm going to put in the sideboard. I'm going to get rid of Containment Priest, because it just didn't do enough. I still like Masked Vandal. I still like everything else here. We're going to get rid of Elite Spellbinder. What else do we need here? We can get rid of a March of Otherworldly Light, but I like it. So, what do we got? The first thing I would do is, I did love Of One Mind. I do like Of One Mind in this list, if only because it gives us something else to do to try to continue to keep the pressure up. Other than that, I mean, even Mind Sensor is an option too, but we're not seeing many search effects. It's like, I love adding in the draw. It gives us something to complement Collected Company. But man, oh manatee. If we don't get it together quickly, if we don't hit the land, if we don't get to that Coco into... I mean, well, if the deck doesn't perform like it's supposed to, then we're a bit of a slow and dirtily aggro deck, unless we, of course, assemble a party. I think that's the first change I would make. Bring in the Of One Minds, try to keep the engine going. I could see ditching or moving one of the March of Otherworldly Lights to the board. Rest in Peace might not be necessary. A lot of this is a holdover from Historic, where the graveyard is a much bigger factor. But if aggro is a much bigger factor, then we should be looking at sweepers. Don't want to do Shatter the Sky. I think I like the other one. What is it? It's the newer one. Destroy all. There it is. Depopulate. Because the idea being, Linvala can give our creatures indestructibility, so being able to completely wipe the board, draw a card, and keep our board around is pretty good. And again, we may not even need Settle the Wreckage. I do like it though, but we will need some form of way to cape up. So let's go those depopulates in the sideboard. Doomscar is an option. It's a little slower, a little clunkier, but I don't like anything else here really. So if that's the case, I think with the Scavenging Ooze and the Remorseful Cleric, we'll just ditch the Rest in Peace. So what do we got now? We got the Depopulates for our aggro matchups. Sell the Wreckage. You got to be careful with Depopulate, of course, because of Deputy of Detention, but that kind of goes without saying. And I do think... Do I like the Redain? I do like the Redain. I want the Concerted Defense. We could go to just one Yasharn. If you can't Cocoa into it, we need to be somewhat reliable. I could go to one Knight of Autumn. But again, I always see, when I'm watching Explorer, I always see people playing against the Artifact deck. I never see it. But I feel like it's out there. But how good would Knight of Autumn be? Knight of Autumn would be pretty good against that deck. Being able to hit Nettlecyst and that kind of stuff. Unless I'm thinking of Historic. Who knows? We could get rid of a Knight of Autumn. Put in the 4th Linvala. Linvala is pretty key. I think this is where I would start next. And we'll see this again. I love this archetype too much. You know, 25% win rate is nothing to brag about. In fact, it's god-awful. But that was our day. I mean, it was 25% win rate with Jund and Standard, and that deck is usually pretty good. I mean, a lot of that was this guy right here. It was pretty bad. Oh, who knows? I do like this better. Yeah, a lot. I don't think we need the Rest in Pieces immediately. And granted, I say that and watch... Next time I play the list, it'll be Lore Hold or Graveyard or Greasefang or whatever all over, but... I like this as a starting point. Again, I do worry about the number of threats here. Should Elite Spellbinder be something else? You know, I think we're going to encounter aggression more. Well, I think we're going to encounter aggression more than control, so maybe Concerted Defense should be the 4th Elite Spellbinder or should be another threat in the early game. Or, you know, we could just go the actual Changeling route and do the Bears deck that was in Standard. That one was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll try that one, actually. Yeah, maybe we'll do Changeling Explorer Party, because I do like Explorer. It's a little slower, as long as you don't hit mono red, and we do need more anti-red stuff. Which reminds me, one thing, if we see more humans... Where is it? Archon of Absolution. I played this one. This one is definitely a solid thing, and if humans starts to take off even more... Archon of Absolution is pretty fabulous against them. Not only does it tax their mana, but having protection from white and flying means A, it's not going to be blocked, and B, it can block anything. Is that better than... That might be better than some of the stuff we've got here. So we might just... You know what? I'm going to pull an Archon of Absolution over. Because that definitely reserves a slot. And then... What do we have? We don't have anything in this format with protection from red, do we? I don't think so. Let's see. Let's take a quick gander. I don't think anyone's watching this to the end, so I'm just going to do this for myself. Nah, it doesn't look like it. I don't think there's anything. It'd be nice if we had like a Core Firewalker or something like that. But we do not. Oh, Cerulean Drake. Oh, yes. Yes. This isn't terrible. This is something we could do. Well, if that's the case, let's see here. We could go for more of a Silver Bullet option. We could get rid of... Oh, I don't like getting rid of Knight of Autumn. We could get rid of Yasharn. Could get rid of an Aether Gust. I don't want to get rid of the Concerted Defense because we might go down in the main deck. I have to figure this out. Oh, well, actually, if we're going to depopulate, we don't need Settle the Wreckage, do we? I'm trying to think of why I would want... Oh, well, there's no Muxus anymore, so yeah, I guess depopulate should be fine. Having the instant speed answer is better, especially in a Coco matchup, but at the same time, I think we'll be okay. I like Archon of Absolution. I like the Drake. I think I'd want to get more Drakes in there, but... You know what? For the moment, I do like this. It's at least a little better. I'm not going to say it's a lot better because it sure ain't, but it's a little better. I think this is not the last we have seen of Party. We will visit the party again. But hey, man, if you're one of those people who's still here, thank you. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as I enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see everybody later.